Presenting my ideas at work. Have you ever felt that rush of fear when you need to share your ideas in front of your colleagues? That moment when your heart beats so fast you think everyone can hear it? Today's story will take you on an exciting journey of overcoming presentation anxiety and discovering your voice at work. If you want to improve both your English skills and your confidence in professional settings, this story is perfect for you. Subscribe to Story-Driven English now to never miss our weekly stories that help you learn English in the most natural way possible. My palms were sweaty as I looked at the calendar on my phone. The red circle around tomorrow's date seemed to mock me. Important presentation, it said. Those two words made my stomach twist into knots. Just breathe, Tom, I whispered to myself as I sat at my desk. The office around me was busy with the usual Monday morning chaos. People walked quickly with coffee cups, talked about their weekends, and typed furiously on their keyboards. Nobody noticed my quiet panic. I had worked at Clark Technology for 3 years now. It was a good job with nice people. My role in the product development team was comfortable. Maybe too comfortable. I usually stayed quiet in meetings and did my work, without drawing attention. But yesterday everything changed when my boss, Sarah, called me into her office. "Tom, I've noticed you have some interesting ideas in your reports," she had said, her eyes bright with curiosity. "I'd like you to present them at tomorrow's company meeting." My immediate thought was to say no. Public speaking was my worst nightmare. Just thinking about standing in front of 50 colleagues made me feel sick. But before I could refuse, Sarah continued, "This could be a great opportunity for you. The CEO will be there, and we need fresh ideas like yours." So here I was, staring at my computer screen with a half-finished presentation and a mind full of doubts. "Hey, what's with the long face?" I looked up to see Maya, my colleague from the marketing department. Her smile was infectious, even in my anxious state. "I have to present tomorrow," I said, my voice barely hiding my fear. "In front of everyone." Maya sat down in the chair next to my desk. "About your new product design ideas? That's fantastic." "It's terrifying," I corrected her. "I'm not good at speaking in public. What if I mess up? What if everyone thinks my ideas are stupid?" Maya laughed, but not in a mean way. "Everyone feels that way at first. Remember my first presentation? I spilled water all over my notes and forgot half of what I wanted to say." I did remember. It was a disaster, but somehow Maya had turned it into a joke and continued. "The clients had loved her authenticity. But you're naturally confident," I said. "I'm not. Confidence isn't natural, Tom. It's practiced." Maya looked at my screen. "Tell me about your ideas." Pretend I'm the audience. I hesitated, but then started explaining my concept for a new app that would help people track their daily water intake in a fun, game-like way. As I talked, I felt my enthusiasm grow. Maya asked questions and nodded encouragingly. "See? Your ideas are great. You just need to believe in them as much as I do," she said when I finished. "Let's work on your presentation together after lunch." For the rest of the day, Maya helped me simplify my slides and practice my speech. By evening, I felt slightly less terrified, but sleep still didn't come easily that night. The next morning arrived too quickly. I put on my best shirt, blue, because Maya said it would help me look calm and trustworthy. I arrived at the office, an hour early to practice one more time. The conference room filled up gradually. Each new person who walked in made my heart beat faster. Then Sarah came in with Mr. Johnson, the CEO, and several board members I had only seen in company photos. "Good turnout," Sarah whispered as she passed by me. "They're all excited to hear your ideas." That didn't help my nerves at all. Soon it was time. Sarah introduced me briefly, and suddenly all eyes were on me. I stood up, my legs feeling like jelly, and walked to the front of the room. "Good morning," I started, my voice cracking slightly. I cleared my throat and tried again. "Good morning, everyone. Today I want to share some ideas about a new direction for our health app division." The first minute was the hardest. My hands shook as I clicked through the initial slides. I forgot a sentence I had practiced and had to pause awkwardly. Someone in the back row whispered something to their neighbor, and I felt my confidence slipping. But then I noticed Maya sitting in the middle of the room. She gave me a subtle thumbs up and mouthed, "You've got this." I took a deep breath and continued, focusing on my passion for the project rather than my fear. Imagine an app that doesn't just track your water intake but makes it fun. What if staying hydrated felt like playing a game? As I explained more, people started nodding. Mr. Johnson leaned forward in his chair, his expression interested. Encouraged, I became more animated, moving away from the podium and gesturing with my hands. The current market has plenty of health trackers, but they all feel like chores, I explained. Our research shows that people abandon these apps after just 2 weeks. But what if we change the experience completely? I clicked to show my prototype design, with its friendly blue water drop character and game elements. The room seemed to light up with interest. We could incorporate social challenges, personalized goals, and even small rewards through our partner businesses, I continued, my nervousness now replaced with excitement. When I finished my presentation, 20 minutes later, the room was silent for a moment. Had I failed? Was it too quiet? But then Mr. Johnson started clapping and soon the whole room joined in. "That was excellent, Tom," Sarah said as she came to stand beside me. "I have a feeling we'll be developing this idea further." The questions started coming. For the next 15 minutes, I answered inquiries about development costs, timeline possibilities, and potential features. Each answer I gave felt stronger than the last. By the time the meeting ended, I was exhausted but exhilarated. People stopped to congratulate me as they left the room. Mr. Johnson himself shook my hand. "We need more thinking like this," he said. "I'd like you to lead the development team on this project." I stood there, stunned. "Me? Lead the team?" "Yes, you clearly have the vision and passion for it. Sarah will sort out the details with you." As the room emptied, Maya approached with a wide grin. "So, how does it feel to be a presentation superstar?" "Unbelievable," I admitted. "I never thought I could do that." "I knew you could," she said. "Sometimes we just need a little push to show what we're capable of." Sarah came back with a calendar. "We need to schedule some meetings to get this project off the ground. Are you available this afternoon?" Just like that, my role at the company changed. The following weeks were busy as I assembled a team and began development work on the app. We had regular meetings where I had to present updates and new ideas. Each time it got a little easier. Of course there were challenges. 2 months into the project, We hit a major technical obstacle that threatened our timeline. I had to present the problem and potential solutions to the board. They won't be happy about the delay, Sarah warned me. You'll need to be very convincing about why. Your alternative approach is worth the extra time. The old me would have panicked, but now I knew how to prepare. I worked with my team to create a clear presentation that addressed the concerns head-on. When the day came, I walked into the boardroom feeling prepared rather than petrified. As you can see from these projections, I explained to the serious faces around the table. The 3-week delay now will actually save us 2 months of troubleshooting after launch. Our user testing confirms this is the right approach. There were tough questions, but I answered them confidently. In the end, the board approved our new timeline. You've really found your voice, Sarah told me afterward. It's hard to believe you were terrified of presenting just a few months ago. 6 months after my first presentation, our app was ready for launch. The company organized a big press event, and guess who was asked to present the product to the media? As I stood on the stage looking at the crowd of journalists and industry experts, I felt nervous but not overwhelmed. I thought back to that first presentation and how far I had come. Good morning, everyone, I began, my voice clear and confident. Today, I'm excited to introduce you to Water Fun, the app that will change how we think about health habits. The presentation was a success. The app received positive coverage in tech blogs and health magazines. Downloads exceeded our first month targets within 3 days. At the office celebration party the following week, Mr. Johnson raised a toast to Tom and his team, who proved that great ideas clearly presented can change everything. Maya clinked her glass against mine. Remember, when you thought you couldn't speak in front of people, I laughed. That feels like a different lifetime now. So what's your next big idea? She asked. Actually, I've been thinking about that, I said. What if we expanded the concept to other health habits? Not just water, but exercise, sleep, and nutrition, all with the same game-like approach? Sounds like another presentation in the making. Maya grinned. I nodded, already imagining how I would present this new vision. You know what? I'm actually looking forward to it. 1 year after my first terrifying presentation experience, I received an email that made me stop and smile. The subject line read, Speaker Invitation, Annual Tech Innovation Conference. They wanted me to speak about our app's success and innovative approach to health technology. Me, speaking at a conference with hundreds of attendees, the thought would have paralyzed me before. But now it felt like an exciting challenge. When I told Sarah about the invitation, she wasn't surprised at all. You've become one of our best communicators, Tom. You make complex ideas simple and exciting. That's a rare skill. As I prepared for the conference in the following weeks, I reflected on how much had changed. My career had transformed because I took that first scary step of sharing my ideas. The presentation skills I developed had opened doors I never imagined possible. The day before the conference, I met Maya for coffee to calm my pre-speech nerves. Any advice for tomorrow? I asked her. Just remember how far you've come, she said, and that everyone in that audience has felt the same fears you once did. The next day, as I walked onto the conference stage and adjusted the microphone, I took a moment to look at the large audience. There were hundreds of faces looking back at me, waiting for me to begin. A year ago, this moment would have been my worst nightmare. But today it felt like an opportunity, a chance to share ideas that mattered to me. Hello, everyone, I began, my voice steady and warm. Let me tell you a story about how a simple idea and the courage to share it can change everything. I told them not just about the app, but about my journey from being afraid to speak up to leading a successful project. As I spoke, I saw people nodding and smiling. They connected not just with the technical success story, but with the human one. After my speech, many people approached me with questions and congratulations. One young woman waited until the crowd thinned out before coming forward. "Your talk really helped me," she said quietly. "I have ideas at my company, but I've been too scared to share them. Hearing your story made me feel like maybe I could try." That moment meant more to me than any business success. The idea that my experience could help someone else overcome their fears was powerful. When I returned to the office the following week, Sarah called me into a meeting with Mr. Johnson. "We've been discussing the future of our health division," she explained, "and we'd like you to take on a larger leadership role. Your ability to develop ideas and communicate them effectively is exactly what we need as we expand." And just like that, my career took another unexpected turn, all because I found the courage to present my ideas. That evening, as I packed up my desk to move to my new office, I found an old sticky note from the day before my first presentation. On it, I had written, "Just get through it without fainting." I laughed at how different my concerns were now. My phone buzzed with a text from Maya. "Heard the big news? Celebration dinner this weekend?" I smiled and texted back, "Absolutely. I have a new presentation idea to tell you about. Some people are natural presenters from the beginning, but most of us have to work at it. Finding your voice at work isn't about becoming someone else. It's about learning to express your authentic self with confidence. Every time you share an idea, it gets a little easier. Every presentation builds your skill a little more. And sometimes, the ideas that scare us the most to share are exactly the ones that need to be heard. So if you're sitting at your desk right now, with a good idea you're afraid to share, remember my story. Take a deep breath, prepare as best you can, and take that first step. You might be surprised where it leads you. The journey from fear to confidence is challenging, but worth every nervous moment along the way. After all, the best ideas deserve to be shared, and you deserve to be the one who shares them. Key vocabulary, repeated throughout. Presentation. The act of showing or explaining something to an audience. Confidence. Feeling sure about your abilities or qualities, ideas, thoughts, concepts or suggestions, colleagues, people you work with. Anxious, feeling worried or nervous, feedback. Information about reactions to a product, person's performance, etc. Prototype. An early model of something from which other versions are. Developed project. A planned piece of work with a specific purpose. Leadership. The action of leading a group of people or an organization. Development. The process of growing or causing something to grow or become larger. Challenge. A difficult task that tests someone's abilities. Timeline. A schedule of events or procedures. Board members. People who officially supervise a company or organization. Launch. To make a product available to the public for the first time. Opportunity. A time or set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something. Did you enjoy this story about overcoming presentation anxiety? Was there a particular part that resonated with you? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this story helpful for learning English, please hit the like button and share it with friends who are also learning English. Don't forget to subscribe to Story Driven English for more engaging stories that help you improve your English in a natural, enjoyable way. Turn on notifications so you never miss our weekly uploads. Until next time, keep practicing and remember, every great speaker was once a nervous beginner.